Mapping out the problems of more advanced expectations. Welcome once again. In our previous discussion, we examined the first three levels of human expectations. Those expectations are relatively easy to recognize because they are directly connected with our day-to-day needs. Today we move on to the remaining four levels. These are considerably more advanced. They are often difficult to identify, and in many cases people themselves cannot clearly explain exactly what they are seeking. Yet, when the gap between these expectations and reality becomes large, the emotional consequences can be quite serious. Before we begin, I would like to make one important observation. According to ancient systems of thinking, the first level of expectation was regarded as the foundation of human life. Interestingly, even today, most economic models continue to focus primarily on measurable financial values. In many cases, the values of the higher levels of human satisfaction are also converted into monetary terms. In my opinion, this creates significant errors because many important aspects of human well-being simply cannot be measured by money alone. Modern concepts such as inclusive development and indicators like the Gini index attempt to take some of these broader human factors into account. Similarly, Maslow's hierarchy of needs represented a major step beyond purely economic thinking. However, in my view, the ancient model describing 7 stages of human satisfaction provides a more complete and meaningful framework. Today, our objective is not to compare these different models in detail. I mention them simply to provide a basic background before we continue with the fourth level of expectations. 4. Curiosity satisfaction. The title, Curiosity Satisfaction, does not describe every characteristic of this group of expectations, but it provides a useful guideline. Rather than concentrating only on the name, I invite you to understand the general nature of this type of expectation and carefully identify similar situations through your own observations. Curiosity satisfaction depends mainly on 4 different areas. 4.1. Need to access information. Children are naturally encouraged to gather information, explore new ideas, and develop analytical thinking. School projects may involve field visits, research assignments, or searching for information on the internet. While engaging in these activities, children experience an inner satisfaction that comes from discovery itself. However, as we discussed in the previous talk, access to information can sometimes be restricted or blocked. When that happens, children may become dissatisfied because they are unable to satisfy this natural curiosity. 4.2. Opportunities for discovery. Curiosity is not limited to collecting information. Planning activities, facing challenges, exploring unfamiliar places, solving problems, and experiencing adventure all contribute to this form of satisfaction. When opportunities for exploration are unnecessarily restricted, another important source of human satisfaction is lost. 4.3. Curiosity through observation. Many people satisfy their curiosity simply by watching television programs, teledramas, National Geographic, Discovery Channel, sporting events, documentaries, and even the daily news all fulfill this need in different ways. Think about a situation where one family member wants to watch a favorite program while another insists on changing the channel. The resulting frustration is easy to understand. Similarly, restrictions on television viewing or shared internet access whatever the reason, can prevent people from satisfying this natural curiosity and therefore create disappointment. 4.4 Financial limitations. Finally, many opportunities for learning and exploration require financial resources. Limited financial capability may prevent people from traveling, attending educational activities, purchasing books, or participating in many experiences that satisfy curiosity. 5. Expectations related to relaxation. The fifth category concerns our need for rest, peace, and relaxation. 5.1 Lack of time to relax. Children often help with household responsibilities to share the workload within the family. In many families, this creates balance and responsibility. However, some children may feel they have insufficient time to relax. Under certain circumstances, particularly in families facing serious difficulties such as parental alcoholism, this can become a genuine problem. 5.2 Excessive busy schedules. Many active parents dislike seeing their children spending time doing nothing, although their intentions are usually good. Children may interpret constant scheduling of activities as losing their personal leisure time. 5.3 Noisy home environment. A peaceful home environment is another important source of relaxation. Frequent visitors, the lifestyles of family members, noisy siblings, or other people living in the house can disturb that peaceful atmosphere. External factors such as nearby railway lines, busy roads, or marketplaces may produce the same effect. 5.4 Limited living space. The physical environment also affects our sense of tranquility. Small living spaces, overcrowded rooms, or homes filled with too many household items can create unpleasant feelings. Interestingly, this is not limited to lower income families. Even wealthy households sometimes become cluttered and congested, reducing the feeling of calmness. 5.5 Social obligations. Children are often expected to accompany parents when visiting relatives, attending social gatherings, or participating in cultural and religious events. If they do not enjoy these activities, they may experience them as interruptions to their own relaxation time. 6. Satisfaction. Through creative work, the sixth level of expectations relates to the happiness people gain through creating, building, or accomplishing something themselves. 6.1 Losing creative opportunities. School education generally provides opportunities for creative work. However, when parents complete children's projects for them, or when children's schedules become excessively busy, they lose the opportunity to experience the satisfaction that comes from creating something themselves. 6.2 Restrictions on physical work. Sometimes parents, out of affection and concern, do not allow children to engage in physical work, yet many children genuinely enjoy building, repairing, gardening, or helping with practical tasks. Preventing these experiences may also reduce an important source of satisfaction. 6.3 Negative criticism. Harsh criticism can discourage children from continuing creative activities. Eventually, they may lose interest altogether, depriving themselves of the satisfaction those activities once provided. Similarly, if a person's reputation for attitude, quality of work, or reliability becomes poor, opportunities to experience satisfaction through similar work naturally become fewer. 6.4 Protective restrictions. Sometimes restrictions are imposed purely for safety reasons. Although well intended, these restrictions may also reduce opportunities for creative expression. 6.5, lack of responsibility. There are situations where children are allowed to work but are given neither decision-making authority nor genuine responsibility. Without ownership of the task, much of the satisfaction associated with creative work disappears. 7. Satisfaction through association with others and self-expansion. The seventh and final category concerns one of our deepest human needs. Human beings are social by nature. We naturally seek opportunities to extend our identity by becoming part of groups, friendships, families, and communities. 7.1, feeling different. Some children feel they are somehow different from everyone else. This affects their self-image and makes it difficult for them to join peer groups. Children from different social or cultural backgrounds, minority communities, those with physical disabilities, different body types, distinctive behavior patterns, or different sexual orientations may experience this difficulty. When the need for self-expansion through social relationships is not fulfilled, dissatisfaction naturally follows. 7.2, rejection by others. Unfortunately, some children and even some adults may not welcome children whom they consider different into ordinary peer groups. In some cases, children deliberately humiliate such individuals, causing severe emotional trauma. 7.3, closed peer groups. Friendship groups formed during early childhood sometimes become closed to newcomers. Children who move to a new neighborhood or school may therefore experience rejection, even though there is nothing unusual about them. 7.4, restrictions imposed by parents. Parents themselves may discourage children from joining peer groups. Their reasons may include concerns about safety, fear of undesirable influences, protecting family relationships, or ensuring that responsibilities at home are fulfilled. Although these concerns are understandable, children may still experience frustration if their natural desire for social connection remains unfulfilled. When people feel that this need for self-expansion cannot be achieved, they may become discouraged. Many begin searching for explanations for their dissatisfaction. Some conclude that their parents or society are responsible and may start challenging traditional values and established social principles. Others blame themselves and become vulnerable to depression. During early childhood, parental affection can often compensate for rejection experienced outside the home. However, as children grow older, a pleasant family environment by itself is no longer sufficient. Healthy development also requires opportunities to build friendships, participate in society, and gradually expand one's identity beyond the family. Understanding these deeper expectations helps us recognize why people sometimes suffer, even when their basic physical needs have already been met. Thank you very much for listening. In our next discussion, we will consider the important questions that naturally arise after identifying these different types of expectations, and we will begin exploring practical approaches to resolving them